Hey everyone, welcome back to Scripture Study with Smithy. Today we're going to be discussing the Lord casting out some devils and the devils heading off into some swine and throwing themselves off a cliff. Sounds exciting. Let's get into it. Mark chapter 5, 1 to 20. And they came over unto the other side of the sea, into the country of the Gadarenes. And when he was come out of the ship, immediately there went him out of the tombs a man with an unclean spirit, who had his dwelling among the tombs, and no man could bind him, no, not with chains, because that he had been often bound with fetters and chains, and the chains had been plucked asunder by him, and the fetters broken in pieces. Neither could any man tame him. And always, night and day, he was in the mountains and in the tombs, crying and cutting himself with stones. But when he saw Jesus afar off, he ran and worshipped him, and cried with a loud voice, and said, What have I to do with thee, Jesus, thou Son of the Most High God? I adjure thee by God that thou torment me not. For he said unto him, Come out of the man, thou unclean spirit. And he asked him, What is thy name? And he answered, saying, My name is Legion, for we are many. And he besought him much that he would not send them away out of the country. Now there was there nigh unto the mountains a great herd of swine feeding, and all the devils besought him, saying, Send us into the swine, that we may enter into them. And forthwith Jesus gave them leave, and the unclean spirits went out, and entered into the swine, and the herd ran violently down a steep place into the sea. They were about 2,000, and were choked in the sea. And they that fed the swine fled and told it in the city and in the country. And they went out to see what it was that was done. And they came to Jesus, and see him that was possessed with the devil, and had the legion, sitting and clothed, and in his right mind. And they were afraid. And they that saw it told them how it befell to him that was possessed with the devil, and also concerning the swine. And they began to pray him to depart out of their coasts. And when he was come into the ship, he that had been possessed with the devil prayed him that he might be with them. Howbeit Jesus suffered him not, but saith unto him, Go home to thy friends, and tell them how great things the Lord hath done for thee, and hath had compassion on thee. And he departed, and began to publish in Decapolis how great things Jesus had done for him, and all men did marvel. Sorry, choking on something then. So this story is also found in Luke chapter 8. 26 to 40. A little bit different, like I keep saying, the versions are a little bit different in each one. And in Luke it says, And they arrived at the country of the Gadarenes, which is over against Galilee. And when he went forth to land, there met him out of the city a certain man, which had devils long time, and wear no clothes, neither abode in any house, but in the tombs. And when he saw Jesus, he cried out, and fell down before him, and with a loud voice said, What have I to do with thee, Jesus, thou Son of the Most High God? I beseech thee, torment me not. And he had commanded the unclean spirit to come out of the man, for oftentimes it had caught him. And he was kept bound with chains and in fetters, and he brake the bands, and was driven of the devil into the wilderness. And Jesus asked him, saying, What is thy name? And he said, Legion, because many devils were entered into him. And they besought him that he would not command them to go out into the deep. And there was there an herd of many swine feeding on the mountain. And they besought him that he would suffer them to enter into them. And he suffered them. Then went the devils out of the man, and entered into the swine. And the herd ran violently down a steep place into the lake, and were choked. When they that had fed them saw what was done, they fled and went and told it in the city and the country. Then they went out to see what was done, and came to Jesus, and found the man out of whom the devils were departed, sitting at the feet of Jesus, clothed and in his right mind. And they were afraid. They also, which saw it, told them by what means he that was possessed of the devils was healed. Then the whole multitude of the country of the Gadarenes round about besought him to depart from them, for they were taken with great fear. And he went up into the ship and returned back again. Now the man out of whom the devils were departed besought him that he might be with him, but Jesus sent him away, saying, Return to thine own house, and show how great things God hath done unto thee. And he went his way, and published throughout the whole city how great things Jesus had done unto him. And it came to pass that when Jesus was returned, the people gladly received him, for they were all waiting for him. Interesting. Matthew's also got an account. It's a little bit shorter. Matthew chapter 8. (28 to 34). And when he was come to the other side of the country of the Gergesenes, there met him two possessed with devils. So there's two of them now, not just one, coming out of the tombs, exceeding fierce, so that no man might pass by that way. So this is a bit of a different account. There was two of them, and they were a little bit angry and fierce. People were scared to go that way. And behold, they cried out, saying, What have we to do with thee, Jesus, thou Son of God? Art thou come hither to torment us before the time? And there was a good way off from them an herd of many swine feeding. So the devils besought him, saying, If thou cast us out, suffer us to go away into the herd of swine. And he said unto them, Go. And when they were come out, they went into the herd of swine, and behold, the whole herd of swine ran violently down a steep place into the sea, and perished in the waters. And they that kept them fed, and went their ways into the city, and told everything that was befallen of the possessed of the devils. And behold, the whole city came out to meet Jesus, and when they saw him, they besought him that he would depart out of their coasts. They were scared, didn't want him around, even though he had just performed this amazing miracle of casting out these devils, in whom there were legion, many. There's a couple of things there. The devils knew who Jesus was, and they were saying, You've come to torment us before the time. They knew that the devils know that they've got a restricted time to be on earth before they get cast out into outer darkness forever. And they thought that he'd already come for that, but no, he was doing something else. And shows forth the power of God, that Jesus has power over devils, has power to command them even to, and they asked him if they could go into the swine, and he gave them permission. That's quite interesting in itself. Similar things, I think, recorded in the book of Job, but yeah, I find that interesting. What's good about it is I like the response of the man possessed. Let's go back to the first account, Mark 5, where he wanted to join Jesus and follow him, but Jesus told him to go home and to tell the people in his family and his friends what had happened. In Luke's account, it also says that he was sitting at the feet of Jesus and he was clothed. That tells me a few things as well. That tells me that the Lord had compassion, like they had compassion upon this guy. He was naked, and they gave him clothes, covered his nakedness, and he was sitting at their feet, so he was obviously humble, and he knew who the Lord was, because he wanted to follow him. So that's powerful kind of symbolism going on here in this story. Anyway, it's great to hear the story and the three different accounts, and I love the saying, The thing that stands out to me the most is the saying of the evil spirits, "What have I to do with thee, Jesus, thou Son of the Most High God?" Well, they were testifying of who he was. Very interesting. Anyway, thanks for watching. Enjoy your study.